Lots of hits and a few faux pas. Paris Fashion Week is underway, and Bloomberg's Keith Campbell is in Paris attending all of the shows. Keith, not bad for a boy from Winnipeg. Let's talk about some of these faux pas, especially as it concerns the business of fashion. How have these names been holding up?
There's been a bit of a divergence in Italy versus France. So I was in Milan the week before, going to names like Ferragamo, and this week in Paris, hitting things like Balenciaga and Chanel. Italy has more kind of broader range of smaller brands, and it was quite a negative feeling out there in the fashion industry. The Chamber of Commerce for Italian fashion companies said they might lose as many as 80,000 jobs, and they wanted some government intervention to help them. So there's divergence between that and the kind of big corporate French luxury, which apparently seems to be doing a little bit better.
And Keith, I mean, talk to us about some of the differences between what you've seen from Milan to what you're seeing right now in Paris. When you and I spoke yesterday, you said there were some designers in Italy that were a lot spicier than what you've seen so far in Paris.
Yes, well, I better put it in the words of Susie Manx of the International Herald Tribune instead of me. I reiterate, these are her feelings, but she writes, blame it on Berlusconi. There are enough saucy, sassy, sexy dresses in this city to fuel one of Berlusconi's parties. Viva la bimbo would seem to be the rallying cry of this summer season. I did see a fair bit of racy stuff on the runway, it must be said. Gucci comes to mind. Dolce & Gabbana was very heavy on the lingerie in Paris. You know, by contrast, Balenciaga is not really that kind of brand. Chanel didn't really go all out on the flesh either. So the Italians were kind of up in arms on the way that the international press regarded some of their designs.
Keith, tell us a bit more about Chanel. It's one of the shows that you just watched most recently. So, okay, if there wasn't a whole lot of flesh, what was there?
What there was the most extravagant staging I've seen of any of the shows. Karl Lagerfeld, the designer, took the Grand Palais, like the big room. If you've ever been to Paris, it's an enormous glass convention center from 100 years ago. And he built an alpine farmhouse in the middle of it. And models walked out of hay bales. Halfway through the performance, Lily Allen, the UK rock star, popped out of the floor and gave us a performance of her song. So I can only imagine what it cost. It should be noted that Chanel is private, and so whatever they spend on this kind of thing is completely undisclosed.